The charges that have been levied against me are meritless, and I will mount a vigorous defense in court to clear my name.
Local Congressman Chris Collins vowing to fight criminal charges of insider trading and lying to the FBI. Good evening. He is up for re-election, but tonight the cloud of criminal charges is hanging over Chris Collins' campaign.
But he says he will not step aside. This was the scene today outside the federal courthouse in Manhattan, right after Collins pled not guilty. Collins is on the board of the pharmaceutical company Innate Immunotherapeutics. He's accused of tipping off his son and other investors about information that negatively impacted the company. That allowed them to sell their shares in the company before the information went public and the company's stock sank.
Congressman Collins cheated our markets and our justice system. He placed his family and friends above the public good.
Prosecutors say Collins was attending the annual congressional picnic at the White House on June 22nd last year when he received the information about a failed drug trial from Innate CEO. They say he then repeatedly called his son to give him the information. Within hours, his son was selling off his stock. Collins is charged with security fraud, wire fraud, and lying to the FBI. He's out on a $500,000 bond. Tonight in Buffalo, he vowed to fight. Ashley Edlin reports.
During that news conference tonight, Congressman Collins had this to say about Innate Immunotherapeutics, the Australian-based biotech company he invested in.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am proud of my affiliation with Innate.
He told the media he believed a drug they were working on had a real possibility for improving treatment options for secondary progressive multiple sclerosis patients, and said even when it fell short of expectations, he held on to his investments rather than sell them.
As a result, the significant investment I made in the company, worth millions of dollars, were wiped out. That's okay. That's the risk I took.
But the charges he pled not guilty to today had nothing to do with his own investment. Prosecutors say he tipped off his son, instructing him to sell off their shares. Tonight, Collins did not address that specific allegation, just saying he's innocent.
And I will mount a vigorous defense in court to clear my name.
He added we won't be hearing him talk about this for some time.
Because my focus is to defeat the charges in court, after today, I will not address any issues related to Innate Immunotherapeutics outside of the courtroom.
Collins did not take any questions from the media, but he did say he won't back out of the race to retain his seat in the 27th Congressional District. Adam.
All right, Ashley, thank you. As Ashley just said, Collins is seeking re-election for the 27th Congressional seat in November. If he decides to resign down the road, his name would still appear on the ballot, according to the Board of Elections. His opponent in the race is Democrat Nate McMurray. He says he's not surprised by these allegations.
Well, every time we brought it up, we got the same message. That's not true. He didn't do it. It's made up. Well, did you see that press conference this morning? I mean, look at those facts. If you know prosecutors, they do not put together a message like that unless they are confident.
So here's the bottom line. Congressman Chris Collins, a Republican, his son, and his son's future father-in-law are all facing federal insider trading charges. Collins allegedly told his son about a failed clinical drug trial involving a company Collins was a board member of before it was made public. Collins' son is accused of letting other family members know and selling stock, avoiding $500,000 in losses. To read the entire indictment, go to this story at rochesterfirst.com.